Hello, my name is Craig Young. I'm Senior Director here at Nellson, and I had the pleasure of working with Lisa Anderson doing a consulting project for us earlier this year. We really brought Lisa in to help us out in supply chain because of her broad experience. We were hurting on customer service, inventory levels, too much slow moving and obsolete, scheduling practices, a bunch of key aspects of the supply chain that we wanted to improve on. Lisa came in and used her best skill, which is listening and evaluating, only second to her knowledge of supply chain, but really her ability to talk to the people, get into the weeds, use her team to really evaluate your processes, and then come up with a recommendation. So, Lisa met with all of our key supply chain people from scheduling to warehouse to inventory, even the production folks, because of the interconnection between the two in contract manufacturing, and then put together a solid plan for us and helped us execute, right? So we had 5 or 6 different major initiatives that we need to tackle over the course of her engagement. She kept us constantly updated on the milestones and really adjusted as needed as new things came up, was able to pivot and really help us improve our key metrics. So, some of those we were able to reduce our inventory on hand by 50%. So really increase working capital through a bunch of Lisa's efforts. How did we do that? Through some of our buying practices, MOQs, supply and demand pegging, and really understanding our ERP system, training the actual buyers on how to get the most out of it, and really raising the level of their knowledge, right? So it also was sustainable as well, because it wasn't Lisa just doing it. She was teaching our people the nuts and bolts of supply chain so that we could continue on. Customer service. So we had made great strides in our customer service, but through Lisa's efforts, we were able to increase our on time in full from the low 90s to the high 90s, which is huge in contract manufacturing. Customer service is absolutely a pay to play kind of metric. And how did we do that? Better scheduling, and more long-term planning, right? So we were pretty good at finite scheduling, but Lisa really brought in the SIOP process, which allowed us to increase our visibility from 2 weeks to a month to 2 months to 3 months, and then building the processes around that SIOP so that forecasting was in place, long-term production scheduling, which led to proper MRP planning and tying all those aspects together. So I think that SIOP process was really one of the key things that helped all of the metrics get better, because visibility of data is king in any business. And through Lisa's efforts, we had now that 3-4 month really concrete visibility, which allowed us to smooth out and plan everything downstream from that, ultimately ending up in a more consistent production schedule, which, as manufacturing professionals will tell you, is the key to overall equipment effectiveness, your efficiency, and ultimately labor costs and productivity on your manufacturing floor, which for someone like a co-man is one of our major costs in the plant structure. So inventory, customer service, and the SIOP were 3 key results. And then correspondingly, through that effort, we were able to recoup a ton of money in expired inventory, because now we had history of exactly what a customer was requesting, what they were asking us to build, and if they didn't buy it, we had good documentation and data point flow in order to bill that customer back. So we were able to go from literally 0 bill backs to nearly 100% bill backs of expired and unused materials. So It was great with working with Lisa, plus she's just a wonderful person and a pleasure to work with.